Hello everyone, my name is Fahim and this is my week 4 progress video. So this week we had to learn Node and Express. Again it was a very disorienting week because so far we have been studying languages, right? HTML and CSS, and in between we learned Bootstrap, which is not really a language, but it was still pretty much like a language because we just have to learn the proper syntax to write. And JavaScript obviously is a language, and after learning all of those languages and then coming into Node, it is a very different experience because Node is not a language. Node is just a runtime environment, and what there is to learn is there are a lot of modules in Node, such as the FS module, HTTP module, and mainly the Express module, right? So we are not learning a language because the language is still the same as JavaScript. We just use JavaScript to use Node and all of the packages. But um, this week it's all about these packages and how to manage them and things like that, right? Which is very different from the last 3 weeks. So it was, in the beginning it was very confusing because I did not know how to study properly. In the beginning I followed an MDN documentation and they were building an Express library, a local library, and in that there was also database connectivity, but uh, we don't have to study databases in this week, right? But um, I followed that. It gave me a general overview of what we are doing, what we use Express and Node for, and also how we connect MongoDB to Express JavaScript projects. But the problem was that it focused way too much on Express and didn't give much importance to Node. And on the one side, I got a pretty good idea of how Express works, but on the other side, I did not get much about what Node is and how Node works. So the problem with this was this took a lot of time. Completing this MDN document took a lot of time, and I didn't have much time left to cover everything else. But then I found this playlist by Code Evolution, which focuses purely on Node and did not talk about Express. One thing I noticed is that when you look for tutorials on Node, it always comes with Node and Express. There's never just Node, just Node. And this was one playlist that I found that focused solely on Node and didn't talk about Express at all. And there might be others, but this is the one that I used, and it was very useful because it talked about everything from the beginning: why Node is, how Node came to be, and what all composes the Node runtime environment, the V8 engine, the dependencies, the C++ features, and the JavaScript modules, and everything like that. And it also gives theory and also practical stuff. It teaches us about the modules. There are three types of modules: local modules, core modules, and third-party modules, and how to use them, and how to use the most popular core modules like the FS module, HTTP module, OS module. And it also teaches us how to create modules, and it covered a lot of bases. And it also talked about the event loop, which is very important to know because so in the browser the event loop is very different. I thought the event loop is the same for JavaScript everywhere, but it is. When I watched this video, it was around the 30th video in the playlist. The playlist is around 60 videos long, and it would take around 6 hours, I think, to complete everything. So around the 30th video there was the event loop video, and I understood that event loop is completely different for Node, and but still there are some similarities because there is a microtask queue, and the microtask queue is the most important, which is the same in both the browser and Node. And I was able to connect that, but then there are also the other queues there are 6 in total in Node.js, right? So those queues are also there, and I got to understand how everything works properly, and understanding that allowed me to gain a deeper knowledge, understand deeper knowledge about how Node actually works under the hood. And it also covers other important things like workers and clustering, things like that, and also all of the basic knowledge that we have to know. And the project that we were told to make was a login page, and this is to teach us how to create sessions and cookies, and how to manage those sessions and cookies. And also I was also able to get an understanding of routing and rendering, um, and also how to use a view engine. I chose the Pug view engine. It seemed like a good option because the code seems very clean, because there are no closing tags in Pug. It's just the starting tag. Um, for example, if we have the body, and inside that we have a div, we indent the div, and this indentation says that the div is a child of the body, and Pug is all about indentation. If a tag is indented, then it means that it is a child of the one above that. And one drawback I can see with this is that if we put in a space somewhere by mistake, then that can lead to some unexpected results. But if we are careful, and if you're careful, we can avoid that. And in the end, the code looks really clean, and it was very fun to use that. So that was all. That is everything that I have learned this week. So this has been my progress video for week 4. Thank you.